So there are multiple problems when you're dealing with latency as it exists today. One of them being that it's latency built on the internet, meaning the internet is incredibly volatile and ever changing. So when you think of what your latency should be as you send streams across the internet, you need to think of the worst scenario that the internet could be in and set your latency for that, which is fine if that condition persists. But the internet is not a persistent network. So your network could change in conditions, meaning you could have your latency set to say 8 seconds, but the network itself could actually support something like 2 or 1 second. This means that in the times when your network is performing well, you have suboptimal latency and you're allowing maybe multiple seconds of overhead that doesn't need to be there. When you take that, coupled with the 3 problem statements that Zixi found, such as the latency being static, meaning once it's set, it's set. You can't adjust it while the stream is running. 2, it's static because it's a breaking change. When you try to adjust the latency, the stream needs to be restarted. And 3, it's user defined, meaning that an engineer needs to take the time to calculate what the latency should be. And then again, back to the original example, the latency could be set way high, when in reality, for the majority of the time on the internet, on your network, the latency could be set much lower. Hi, my name is Ben Garverick. I'm a senior architect over at Zixi, and we developed Zixi's dynamic latency to solve the many latency problems that exist today. The dynamic latency feature allows for packets to be received by the outputs as early as possible, meaning the maximum latency is set for what the network could be in a poor network scenario. As the network performs better, the packets are released sooner, meaning that the latency is lowered for your streams. And the converse, if the network becomes poorer and it has to use the latency set, then the latency will be dynamic to allow that the packets are released at the later point to the max latency that you've previously set.